J-E-L-L-O.
The Jell-O program, starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Phil Harris, Kenny Baker, and yours truly, Don Wilson. The orchestra opens the program with Sing My Heart. Ladies and gentlemen, there are certain words which seem to have a fine, dependable sound, and I think the word genuine is one of them. The dictionary says genuine, real, true, pure, having the character it is claimed to have as a genuine signature. Well, Jell-O measures up to every one of these claims, and the name Jell-O is a genuine signature. For that name is a trademark. It's the property of General Foods, and it tells you here is the real thing. If you hear any other gelatin dessert called Jell-O, that's incorrect, for there is no other Jell-O. So whenever you order Jell-O, always order it by name, whether it's from your grocer or in a restaurant. And this is National Restaurant Week, the week of May 8th to May 14th. So when you're dining out, order Jell-O for dessert. Just remember to enjoy Jell-O's delicious, extra-rich flavor, as tempting as the real fruit. Be sure to insist by name on genuine Jell-O. Sing My Heart, played by the orchestra. And now, ladies and gentlemen, that spring is here and well underway. Tonight, we bring you a big dose of sulfur and molasses, Jack Benny.
Thank you. Jell-O again. This is Tough to Take Benny coming to you. So hold your nose, folks, and swallow hard. Ain't I awful? You know, Don, we can laugh now about sulfur and molasses, but when I was a kid, I hated that stuff, didn't you?
I sure did.
Gee, I remember every time my mother gave it to me, I used to go, ugh.
Ugh?
Yeah. Oh, sometimes I'd go ish. But as a rule, I'd stick to ugh. It was a colloquial expression in Waukegan.
Well, tell me, Jack, did you say ugh for cod liver oil, too?
Ugh for cod liver oil? Heavens, no, Don. For cod liver oil, the correct ejaculation is brrr Nagasaki. I remember that distinctly.
Well, that's about the silliest routine I've ever heard. I'm getting out of here before the wagon pulls up.
Well, you're a fine one to criticize, Mr. Harris, with that baby talk of yours.
What baby talk?
I heard you on the air last night singing The Three Little Fishes. Top, said the mama fitty top, if you tan, and fam, right over the dam. Whee!
Now, wait a minute.
You should have heard him, folks. Boop, boop, did 'em, dot 'em, wat 'em. You know, Phil, just because you drink like a fish, you don't have to act like one. Imagine a big gawk like you singing Twee Itty Fishies. Huh?
Well, why shouldn't I? It's a very popular song, and it's sweeping the country.
It is, eh?
Yes, and I did watts and watts of wee twist to ting.
Oh, do. Well, listen, Phil, don't ting it in here if you want to keep your job. I'm getting tick and tired of you towing off all the time.
Well, I don't care about my job here anyway. I'm in pictures now and doing swell. And if you want to know something, I'm even trying to get rid of my orchestra.
Oh, you are, eh? Well, Phil, for your information, there's an old Chinese proverb that says, do not dump orchestra in ash can until you are out of same. I found that in a rice cookie. So you better stick to radio, Phil, you and your Twee Itty Fishies.
Oh, tut it out. Tut it out.
Tut it out yourself and tut up. Oh, hello, Mary.
Hello, kiddies. Can an adult get in this conversation?
I think so. Say, Mary, did you ever hear Phil do that baby song, Three Itty Fishies?
Sure. I was over at the Wilshire Bowl the other night and saw him do it. Everybody stopped dancing to watch him.
Got plenty of laughs, didn't I, Mary?
Who wouldn't with those diapers you were wearing?
Oh, dressing for the part, eh?
Yeah. And you want to know something, Jack?
What?
Our maestro is knock-kneed.
Knock-kneed? Hey, I didn't know that.
Oh, she's ribbon, Jack. I ain't knock-kneed.
Go on. You couldn't get a piece of dental floss between those knobs.
Oh, that's a good one. So the big movie star is knock-kneed. That's rich.
Quiet, hoop legs.
Mary, we were discussing Phil. Anyway, we've got a long play to do tonight, so let's all settle down and get started. Where's Kenny?
Kenny? I saw him across the street in the sandwich shop.
Oh.
You should have seen him flirting, Jack. You know, they've got a new waitress over there.
They have?
Phil, come back here. I never saw such a guy.
Well, I'm hungry.
If you're hungry, take a sandwich out of my bucket. It's under the piano, right next to my police dog.
Oh, Jack, why do you have to bring that dog down here? Nobody's going to steal your lunch.
Oh, no? Take a good look at those drooling dipsy doodlers sitting there. I need that dog, all right.
Say, Jack, why do you always bring your lunch to the studio anyway?
18 years ago, he lost a hat in a restaurant.
Mary, I've been trying to forget that. So please. Quiet, Baskerville. Say, Mary, what were you saying before about Kenny?
Well, he was in the sandwich shop trying to date up that new waitress. He had 3 malted milks, 2 ice cream sodas, and a banana split before he got her first name.
Ooh, goodness, how could he eat all that stuff?
With a spoon. Ha ha, that's a good one.
Oh, my goodness. I'm going home, that's all. I'm going home. Come on, Baskerville.
What's the matter, Jack? I thought that was pretty quick thinking.
Listen, Ezra. I want you to cut out those ad-libs. You started more bridge games in the middle of our program than anybody on it. You know what kills me, Don? I work and slave over a script all week long. And then on Sunday, the Maharaja walks in and with 3 little words puts us right back on the Chautauqua circuit. With a spoon.
Well, it just came to me and I said it.
And you know, folks, this just came to me.
Oh, fine.
As long as you have a spoon, get a dish, fill it with Jell-O, and you'll have the most tempting gelatin dessert you've ever tasted in your life.
Well, at least, Don, you're sophisticated.
It is economical, easy to make, and comes in 6 delicious flavors: strawberry, raspberry, cherry, orange, lemon, and lime. Look for the big red letters on the box.
Well, I don't know where we are now, so we might as well have a number. Play something, Phil. Hold it a minute. Come in.
Mr. Benny?
Yes?
Is Phil Harris going to sing 3 Little Fishes tonight?
No, and who are you?
Just a hungry college boy. Goodbye.
I wonder if the CCC boys could plant something on his head. Play, Phil. Rose of the Rio Grande, played by Phil Harris and his Miracle Mile music manglers. And just to be fair about it, I must admit that number was very good. It was swell.
I didn't think it was loud enough.
Not loud enough? Why, Phil, you've got 3 violins in your orchestra, which I know will be startling news to our listening audience. They're plenty loud.
Not for me. I got to put more brass in my band.
More brass? Phil, you've got a trumpet player alone that Gabriel will have a tough time following. In that last number, he blew a pompadour right up the back of my neck. Just leave well enough alone, Phil. And now, folks...
Just the same, I need more sock to my music, more volume.
Why don't you put in a burglar alarm?
That's all he needs. And now, folks...
My band may sound all right to you, Jack, but as far as I'm concerned, I don't hear enough brass.
Phil, just pin your curls up over your ears and everything will be ducky. Now, let's get on with our show.
Hey, Jack, look who just came in.
Oh, yes, our sandwich shop, Casanova. Hello, Kenny.
Hello, Jack. Boy, am I sick.
Well, you should be sick. After 3 malted milks, 2 ice cream sodas, and a banana split. All of that just to talk to a girl.
Well, I'm going out with her tonight if I feel better.
Oh, you are, eh?
Yeah, I got her phone number right here in this card. Gee, she's beautiful.
Give me that number, Kenny. I'll hold it for you till you grow up. Come on, give it to me.
I won't.
You give me that or I'll tell your mother.
All right. Here, you stool pigeon.
It's more like it.
Oh, Jack, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Mary, I only took that phone number away from Kenny because he's too young to be going out with girls.
Well, you're too old, so give it a Phil.
Oh, no.
Come on, Jackson, make way for tomorrow.
Phil, you're not getting her number, and neither is Kenny.
You think she'd like a fat boy?
What is this, a grab bag? Now, nobody's getting this girl's number, so forget it.
Looks like she's stuck with Foxy Grandpa.
Mary, I'm merely holding her phone number because Kenny is too young. Let's see this. Oxford 73. Kenny, is this a 3 or a 5?
Well, I'll tell you when I grow up.
Here, you can have it back. I was only kidding.
Say, Kenny, old pal, I got an idea. Why don't you bring your girlfriend over to the Wilshire Bowl tonight? I'll let you lead my band.
You better hang your girl in the check room, Kenny.
You said it, Mary.
And how? You know, Jack, the last time I brought a girl over to Phil's place, Phil came home with us in a cab.
Well, I bet you were plenty burned up, weren't you?
I'll say I had to sit up front with the driver where I couldn't hear the radio.
Oh, so Phil got your girl, eh?
Yeah.
Well, Kenny, for your edification, there's an old Chinese proverb that says, he who introduces girlfriend to Phil Harris had better carry spare. And now, kiddies, let's forget our love life and get on with the program. Ladies and gentlemen, as you all know, yesterday marked another running of that great annual turf classic, the Kentucky Derby. So for our play tonight, we are going...
Oh, by the way, Jack, did you place a bet on the big race yesterday?
Yes, Don, I had $2 on the winner, Johnstown. I had a terrific hunch on him.
That's Jack, all right. He throws away his money like a boomerang.
Now, Mary, that horse wasn't so sure of winning.
You didn't play him to win.
Oh, that's right. I had him to show. And getting back to our play, as I was saying, folks, yesterday was the running of the great Kentucky Derby. So tonight, the Benny Perry Mutual Players will present an original play dedicated to this outstanding event. This will go on...
Hey, is this a Jell-O program?
What? Why, Andy Devine, the old mayor of Van Nuys himself. Come on in.
Hiya, Buck.
Seen him in a long time. Andy, gee, I haven't seen you in weeks. Why don't you drop around once in a while?
Well, I've been pretty busy on the farm, Buck. You know, it's spring, and I've been doing all the planting and plowing, and it's a lot of work for one man.
I'll bet it is. Hey, well, doesn't your pa do anything on the farm?
No, Buck, he's got a system.
Oh.
He makes cider in the fall, bottles it in the winter, drinks it in the spring, and sleeps all summer.
Well, at least he's happy. But, Andy, with all you got to do, I should think you'd try and get a little work out of your paw.
Oh, I don't trust him, Buck. Last year he took a couple of snorts and plowed up Highway 99.
Oh, well, I'm glad you found time to come down to see us. Say, Andy, how's your ma?
Oh, she's fine, Buck. Pa took her up to the San Francisco Fair last week.
Well, that was nice.
He tried to get her a job with Sally Rand, but they turned her down.
They turned her down? Why?
She's got your trouble, Buck. Bow legs.
Now, wait a minute. The next one on this program that says I've got bow legs has got to chase a pig through them.
It's a cinch.
Never mind. Say, Andy, how do you happen to be in town today?
Well, I come down to pick up my girl. She just got a job across the street in that sandwich shop.
In the sandwich shop?
Jeepers creepers, I'm cooked.
Serves you right, Kenny. Say, Andy, I don't suppose I ought to tell you this, but Kenny happens to have your girl's phone number.
Let it ring, Buck. I'll answer it.
Hey, you're pretty sharp. Well, now that you're here, Andy, I hope you can stick around because tonight we're doing a play about the Kentucky Derby. And I think we can find a spot in it for you. What do you say?
Okay, Buck, I hope I'm a jockey.
We'll see, Andy. And now, folks, Kenny Baker, our young tenor, will sing. What are you going to sing, Kenny?
Penny Serenade. It's a request.
Oh, who requested it?
Andy's girl, so I'm just going to sing it mediocre.
Now, Kenny, you mustn't let your personal feelings influence your song. Remember, you're a trooper.
You're right, Jack. I'll sing like I've never sung before. The show must go on.
What a cluck.
You said it. Sing, Pagliacci.
My love song for a penny. See, 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 just a penny serenade. Once I strayed neath a window of a lovely, lovely lady, and she smiled while I softly played my penny serenade. In her eyes shone the tender dawn of love and sweet surrender. As for me, in my heart I played a lover's serenade. See, 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 you can hear it for a penny. Just a penny serenade. See, 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 hear my love song for a penny. See, 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 just a penny serenade. In a dream so divine she was mine, no word had been spoken. When I woke from my dream, she was gone. My poor heart was broken. Still, I pray that wherever she may be, she will remember in her heart. She will always hear my penny serenade.
Serenade, sung by Kenny Baker. And now, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we will bring you our tribute to the Kentucky Derby by presenting a little play in 2 scenes and 3 furlongs, entitled Weather Clear, Track Fast, Fine Play, Bum Cast. Now, in this turf drama, we will all play the parts of horses. We will all play horses. Pardon me, huh?
This is silly. I'm not going to be a horse.
Kenny, if I can get down on my hands and knees, you can.
Only he can get up.
I can get up, too, so don't be so smart. Well, that's settled. We're all going to be horses.
I'd like to see somebody put a saddle on me.
Quiet, El Chico. And pin on your tail. I want this to be realistic. Now, before presenting this play, folks, I would like to announce that any resemblance to horses, living dead or under General Sherman, is purely coincidental. The opening scene is the paddock at Churchill Downs, 20 minutes before the big race, where we find El Chico, Johnstown, Technician, Shaladon, Heather Broom on location, and all the other entries chewing the fat. Curtain. Music. We're horses now, folks. Oh, Shaladon. Shaladon.
Yes, technician.
You better lay off those oats. No, you've been putting on a lot of weight.
Oh, I'm not so heavy.
You're not. You're the only horse in this stable with a double chin, and you know it. Say, Shaladon, look at El Chico over there with that curly mane of his. That's a finger wave if I ever saw one. What are you eating, El Chico?
Corn.
I thought so. I suppose you think you're going to win today.
Why, pal, my tail will be in your face all around that track.
Oh, it will, eh?
Yeah.
Listen, El Chico, if your tail comes anywhere near my mouth, I'll bob it. So watch out. Oh, hello, Heather Broom. What are you reading?
A letter from my brother. He's with Borden's Dairy now.
Oh. Isn't he pulling that ice wagon anymore?
No, he got cold feet.
I see. Gee, I hope I don't wind up on a milk wagon. I hate those early hours. Well, Heather Broom, good luck to you today.
Hey, Heather, what are you doing after the race tonight?
Oh, nothing. Let's go over to the Blue Moon Livery Stable. They have a marvelous floor show.
They have? Who's playing there?
Fink's Mules.
Oh, they're wonderful. There's a little brunette on the end. Well.
How about going there with me tonight, Heather?
It's a date. I've got a beautiful new blanket I'm going to wear. It's from Saks Bay Meadows.
Now, wait a minute, El Chico. Heather has a date with me tonight, and I'm going to pick her up at 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock? You won't be coming into the stretch till 10.
I won't, eh? They clocked me this morning, brother, and I heard my trainer say, if I get on the rail at the first turn, I'll jive right in. So there.
Hey, fellas, there's Johnstown over there. Gee, he's swell-headed.
Yeah, I think he's smart because he's a favorite. Look at him getting a hoofacure. Who does he think he is, anyway?
Well, here comes On Location.
Oh, yeah.
Hiya, fellows.
Hello, Juan. You think you've got a chance today?
I will if it's a wet track. You know, I'm a terrific mudder.
You should be. You don't know enough to come in out of the rain.
Now, Heather.
Well, I'm 40-1 today, Smarty.
Well, that's nothing to brag about.
It ain't, huh? I'd be 60-1 if people knew I had that banana split.
I wouldn't be surprised. Shaladon, I told you to lay off those oats.
Well, I'm starved.
I know, but passing you on the track now is practically a detour. My goodness. Bzz, bzz, bzz. Darn these flies. Get away from me, you old horsefly.
I want Chaladon. There's meat on him.
Scat! Shoot! Well, fellas, we still got a few minutes to kill before the race. What'll we do?
How about pitching a game of horseshoes?
Oh, I don't want to take 'em off just for that. Say, who's that new white horse in the stall across the way? They just unloaded him this morning.
Haven't you heard? That's Abdul III, an Arabian horse.
Oh, an Arabian, eh? I must get acquainted. Hello, Abdul.
Hello, stranger.
My name is Technician. Where are you from? I mean, what's your lineage?
Are you alluding to me?
Yes, where are you from?
I'm out of Gefilte Girl by Bagel Boy.
Oh, yes, I read about your family in the Breeder's Digest. You come from very good stock.
Why, certainly. You ain't talking to our plug, you know.
Well, I appreciate that. By the way, Abdul, why aren't you in the big race today?
I should get high blood pressure for a bag of oats.
Oh, come on, running the race.
No, not me, partner.
Oh, come on, don't be so stubborn.
I can't help it. I got mule blood in me.
Well, you'd never know it. Hey, that's for us, fellas. We better get going. So long, Abdul.
Good luck, technician.
Gee, I'm nervous.
Darn it, I can't find my blinkers.
Gosh, my mane looks beautiful. I bet I get a big hand.
El Chico, put down that mirror. You're a fine 3-year-old. Look at those bags under your eyes. Well, come on, tails up, everybody. We're off to the race. Gee, hey, look at that crowd. We're sure packing them in today, huh?
Well, folks, here come the horses up to the barrier, ready for the big race. Oh, it's a lovely day here at Churchill Downs. I wish you could see these beautiful bangtails prancing up to the post.
Bangtails, I hate that word.
They're lining up, folks. There's Johnstown, the favorite, Shaladon, Heather Broom, El Chico, and On Location.
Didn't even mention me. Hey, move over, El Chico. You want the whole track?
Quiet, you old gray mare.
I'm not a mare.
Then take your hoof off your hip.
That's where the fly bit me.
There's a little trouble down there, folks. Technician is glaring at El Chico.
You're darn right I am.
And now Heather Broom is acting up. Seems to be quite temperamental.
What's the matter with you, Heather? Stop fidgeting.
Well, my girdle's too tight.
That's a saddle. How are you going to run in those high-heeled shoes? Who's your blacksmith, anyway?
I Miller.
Oh. I know him. He used to shoe my mother when she ran at Saratoga.
The horses are calming down now. They're all lined up, all except one who's facing the wrong way.
That's me, folks. Wouldn't you know it?
Yes, turn around.
On Location is back in line now, and it looks like we're going to have...
Right, we're off!
And there they go! They broke clean and fast, and Johnstown takes the lead, followed closely by El Chico. T.M. Dorset is third. Then comes Heatherbroom, Viscounty, On Location, and Sheldon.
Hey, what am I, an orphan?
And oh, yes, there's Technician puffing hard.
I am not.
Oh, folks, what a race. Johnstown is still in the lead by 2 lengths. El Chico second, Heatherbroom third, and Technician is doing the best he can with those bow legs.
I'd like to kick him right in the face.
They're rounding the far turn now, folks, and coming into the stretch, Johnstown is leading by 3 miles.
Don't exaggerate.
Celadon and Heatherbroom are moving up. Looks like they're going to finish in the money.
I'm going to finish in the money, too.
You wouldn't if you ever spent any.
Oh, yeah?
Wow, look at that Johnstown run. He's still way in the lead. And look, folks, here comes Malicious on the outside.
Malicious? He isn't even running.
Quiet! They're nearing the finish line, folks. Here they come. They're crossing the wire. And here are the winners. Johnstown first by 8 miles and 6 lengths. Celadon second by a length and a half. Heatherbroom third by a head. Technician fifth by a nose.
I was robbed.
And On Location last by courtesy of Mervyn Leroy.
Gee, I'm all in.
And here's the winner, Johnstown, coming up to the microphone. Say something, Johnstown.
Put the oats on, Ma. I'll be right home.
Oh, what a race. Play, El Chico.
Here's a dessert that's as gay and cheerful to look at as this year's new hats. It's very inexpensive, and it's quick and easy to make. Picture to yourself a gay yellow dessert bowl piled high with smooth, rich Jell-O chocolate pudding, decorated with fluffs of whipped cream and topped with bright red maraschino cherries. Yes, ma'am, it is a picture, and just as good to eat as it looks. For Jell-O chocolate pudding brings you that old-fashioned homemade goodness. It has a perfect texture, a rich, tempting color, and it's as easy as can be to make. All 3 new Jell-O puddings are simple to prepare. The directions are in every package, and they cook in next to no time. And all 3 taste grand. Jell-O butterscotch pudding, rich with true butterscotch flavor. Jell-O vanilla pudding, delicate and creamy and tempting. Buy 3 packages at a time. Ask your grocer tomorrow for Jell-O chocolate, butterscotch, and vanilla pudding. The real homemade kind.
This is the last number of the 32nd program in the new Jell-O series. And we will be with you again next Sunday night at the same time, when we will present our version of Pandro S. Berman's great RKO production, Gunga Din. Don't miss it, folks. India, elephants, camels, soldiers, drums, bugles. And I will be Gunga Din.
You got nice legs for it.
Quiet. Good night, folks.
Kenny Baker appears on the Jell-O program through courtesy of Mervyn Leroy Productions.
The selection Sing My Heart is from Love Affair. This is the National Broadcasting Company.
The Jell-O program brought to you by Jell-O and Jell-O Pudding, starring Jack Benny, with Mary Livingston, Phil Harris, Dennis Day, and yours truly, Don Wilson. The orchestra opens the program with Free for All. Here, there, and everywhere. everywhere, folks are praising Jell-O's wonderful new locked-in flavor. They're finding that Jell-O's 6 delicious flavors are now more delicious than ever, thanks to Jell-O's new process of locking the flavor right into the tiny Jell-O particles. Up until now, gelatin desserts lost flavor all the time they spent in the package. Often, by the time you used them, you found their flavor had faded and become flat. And sometimes the desserts you made with them just missed being as good as you had expected. But today, Jell-O has changed all that. No more fading flavor. Every last bit of Jell-O's original richness is locked into Jell-O's crystal-like particles for keeps. And time can't touch it, can't steal it, any of it away. Your next package of Jell-O will prove it. Just open the package. Notice there's no heavy fruity aroma, no sign of escaping flavor. But the instant you dissolve the Jell-O, you unlock its captive flavor, and out it rushes in all its full, thrilling goodness. Order several packages of Jell-O tomorrow. The flavor never goes away. We put it in, and it's there to stay. Free for All, played by the orchestra. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we bring you our versatile master of ceremonies who started work this week on a new motion picture.
Yes, sir.
A man who is as much at home in front of a camera as he is before a microphone.
Like you said, I'm versatile. Say.
A man who has a profile like John Barrymore, and have you seen him lately? Jack Benny.
Hello again. This is Jack Benny talking. And Chubby, you can rib me. You can rib me about it all you want to, but it sure feels good to be making a picture again. I tell you, Don, that's really my racket.
Well, Jack, I must admit that I do enjoy you on the screen immensely. I really got a big kick out of your last picture. The one you made with Fred Allen.
With Allen? Wait a minute. That wasn't my last one, Don. See, I made Charlie's aunt after that. Remember when I was dressed like a lady?
Oh, yes. Well, to tell you the truth, Jack, I didn't get to see that one.
You didn't see Charlie's aunt?
No, I meant to, but somehow I just didn't get around to it.
Oh.
By the way, Jack, who's the director of your current movie? Is it someone you've had before or somebody new?
Didn't get around to it, eh? Now, look, Don, I hesitate bringing it up right now, but you've been on this program 8 years, and you know our rule about not seeing my pictures. So what about it?
Oh, yes, Jack, I forgot. Here you are.
Thanks. Now, I hate to do this, Don, but if I make an exception of you, they'll all expect it. You know, rules is rules. Anyway, answering your question. Oh, here's your change, Don.
Thanks.
Answering your question, the director of my latest screen vehicle is none other than Lubitsch, Ernst Lubitsch.
Lubitsch? Well, that's wonderful. That's a great break for you, Jack.
It is?
Why, certainly. You know, there's a saying in Hollywood that Lubitsch can even make a lamppost act.
Don, any resemblance between me and a lamppost is purely coincidental. I'm slim, yes, but that's all. Anyway, Don, as I was saying, it sure feels good to be in front of a camera again. Right back where I belong.
What was that?
Oh, hello, Mary.
Hello. What was that you said?
I was telling Don I'm very happy. I'm right back where I belong.
Oh, selling suits, eh?
I mean pictures. I'm making a movie.
Oh, that's right. You haven't sold a suit since you worked in your father's store in Waukegan.
Of course. That's over 20 years ago.
The one you're wearing held up nice.
Mary, one thing about my father's merchandise, it lasted and lasted. In fact, Dad used to have a slogan, buy this suit and you'll get sick of it. We sold plenty of them that way.
Well, I'll have to admit, Jack, that outfit you're wearing is very snappy.
Certainly. How do you like the pants?
Get a load of the cuffs. You look like Puss in Boots.
When my feet get cold, I roll them down. I can go along with a gag, sister. And incidentally, Mary, instead of coming in here with those wisecracks, why don't you congratulate me on the start of my new picture? You know, Cara Lombard is my leading lady.
Oh, boss, come now.
I'm not kidding. Cara Lombard is my love interest.
Lombard and Benny, hey, that's quite a team. Have you many romantic scenes with her, Jack?
Yes, lucky girl. Imagine. No, look, imagine I make love to her all day long, and then at 6 o'clock she drives home to Gable. But say, that Gable is a pretty good leading man himself. You know, he's no slouch.
Oh, Jack, you're just as attractive to women as Clark Gable any day.
Well, I wouldn't say that, Mary. That's sweet of you, but Clark is a pretty handsome guy, you know.
Oh, you're just being modest. You don't hear women talk about you like I do.
Oh, Mary, stop, will you? I'll admit I'm not homely, but what do the women say about me?
You asked for it, brother.
Never mind. You always have to start something, don't you? Always.
Say, Mr. Benny, I heard you talking before, and you think Cara Lombard is pretty good looking, don't you?
Oh, hello, Dennis.
Hello.
What was that you said?
I forgot now.
What a brain. Dennis, you said something about Cara Lombard being very good looking.
Oh, yes. Well, I go with a girl that's better looking than any movie star you ever saw.
Oh, you go with a girl? She is. Well, say. What's her name, Dennis?
Thelma Gray, Crestview 7071.
Oh, well, you didn't have to give me your telephone number.
I might as well. You'll force it out of me later.
Now, hold on, young man. When did I ever threaten you to get a girl's phone number?
Remember in New York when you took me to the top of the Empire State Building?
Never mind.
And you held me over the edge by one leg?
I was just showing Al Smith how strong I was. Anyway, you're lucky you didn't go out with that girl. You've still got your watch. Well, so much for your love life, kid. Now, how about a song?
Okay. I'm going to sing Carry Me Back to the Lone Prairie, and I dedicate it to the Palm Springs Vaqueros.
Who cares, you little squealer? Go ahead with your song. Crestview 7071. I must remember that. Hold it a minute. Answer the phone, Mary.
Okay. Hello? Jello program. Why aren't you listening to it?
Mary, find out who that is.
Hello? Hello, this is Barton speaking. Belly Laugh Barton. Is Grandma there?
Just a second. It's for you, Jack. It's that kid you hired for a gag man.
Oh, Belly, huh? Oh, hello, Belly. What's on your mind?
Listen,
What?
I've got a terrific gag you can pull on Phil Harris tonight. Is he there yet?
No, what's the gag?
Well, this afternoon I told him to ask you how many hairs on a monkey's face.
Uh-huh.
And when he asks you, you say, the next time you shave, count 'em.
Oh. Well, now, wait a minute, Belly. That's kind of an old gag, isn't it?
Look, you know it and I know it, but the younger generation never heard of it.
Well, maybe you're right, Belly. Are you sure Phil will ask me that?
Yeah, and when you pull the answer, he'll never know what hit him.
Yeah, he'll really burn. Thanks, kid. And listen, I'll call you up after the show, let you know how it went over. Where can I reach you?
Crestview 7071.
What? Hey, wait a minute, Belly. Hey, Belly. Oh, well, that's a good gag you gave me anyway. The next time you shave, count 'em. I must remember that. Sing, Dennis. I can hardly wait.
I'm a roving cowboy far away from home.
where I used to roam, where the doggies wander and the wind blows free. Oh, my heart is yonder on the lone prairie. Oh, carry me back to the lone prairie, where the coyotes howl and the wind blows free. And when I die, you can bury me 'neath a western sky on the lone prairie. Give me back my saddle, give me back my gun, give me back that bronco that I used to run. Let me spread my blanket by a peaceful stream. Hear the cowboys singing by the campfire's gleam. Oh, carry me back to the lone prairie, where the coyotes howl and the wind blows free. And when I die, you can bury me 'neath a western sky on the lone
Very good. That was Carry Me Back to the Lone Prairie, sung by Dennis Day. And, Dennis, I must say that your voice is improving every week. No kidding. Someday you'll be another Bing Crosby. All right, Don. Dennis has a voice like Bing Crosby.
Thanks.
I'm not talking to you. All right, Don. Bing Crosby.
Oh, Jack, this one is so ridiculous.
Don, go ahead.
Why don't you do it yourself, you coward?
I'm not the announcer. Now, go ahead, Don. Bing Crosby.
Oh, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, the next time you're in the mood for attempting an economical dessert, why don't you go a Crosby Street to your neighborhood grocer
Yes, yes.
and bing home a package of Jell-O?
There. See? There you are.
Bing home Jell-O. Well, I haven't talked like that since I was 2 years old.
Oh, act your size, Willow. That happens to be a very clever idea for a commercial.
Did you think of it yourself, Mr. Benny?
Who else?
That's right. Who else?
Well, I like it. I think of that kind of stuff all the time. My mind runs that way.
I wonder if your father can make a straitjacket to match those pants.
Mary, let me analyze it for you. In the first place, well, look who's here. I'm so glad you were able to make it tonight, Phil.
Sorry I'm late, pal, but I was out in my car listening to the program.
Oh, listen to the program, eh? Well, how is it?
Jackson, you need me.
Well, for your information, Phil, there's an old Chinese proverb that says, Benny need Harris like apple need worm. And incidentally, that glint in my eye is Jimmy Dorsey. You know, I heard him last night.
Ah, don't get excited, Jackson. It was only a rib.
Uh-huh.
Hey, what's all this ballyhoo about you making a new picture?
That's right, Phil. I started working on it this week.
Well, here, I ain't gonna see it.
Thanks. The picture isn't made yet, and already it's grossed $10. But I must tell Alexander Corder about that. But I wouldn't jump to conclusions, Phil. You see, Carol Lombard is in it, and Lubitsch is the director.
Not Ernest Lubitsch.
No, not Ernest. The name is Ernst. Ernst.
Look at his pivot tooth go around.
Well, if it stops on the red, you win. You know, I can go along with a gag. Believe me.
Say, Mr. Benny,
Yeah?
is that the same Mr. Lubitsch that directed Marlene Dietrich and Margaret Sullivan and Maurice Chevalier?
Yes, sir.
And Claudette Colbert and Gary Cooper and Greta Garbo?
Yep. And now he's directing me.
Is he slipping?
No! No, he's not slipping. The trouble with this gang, you're all too close to me. You don't realize I'm a good actor.
Say, Jackson, how'd you ever land a big director like that?
You mean Lubitsch?
Jack held him over the Empire State Building till he signed the contract.
Oh, stop. To hear you talk, you think I was the strongest guy in the world. Now, let's cut out this nonsense and go on with the program. Let's have a number, Phil, before Miss Livingston dreams up something else.
All right, what do you want to hear?
Music, but I'll take what I can get. No. Now, go ahead.
Okay. Oh, by the way, Jackson, I want to ask you something.
Yeah? Yeah, what is it?
How many hairs on a monkey's face?
Well, I'll tell you, Phil. Oh, my goodness, I forgot the answer. Mary, get me Belly Laugh on the phone quick. The number is Crestview 7071.
You didn't forget that, you wolf.
Oh, never mind. It's too late to pull a gag now. Let's see. Phil is supposed to say to me, how many hairs on a monkey's face? I'll take it. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Benny. This is Rochester.
Oh, what do you want?
Boss, this is the last straw. Either you get rid of Mr. Billingsley or I'm going back home to Arabia.
Oh, don't get so excited. What's our boarder done now?
Well, you know that suit of armor we got in the hall?
Yes?
And you know how it's holding that big spear?
Yes?
Well, I was waxing the floor in front of it just now, and the first thing I knew, I took off.
Oh, Mr. Billingsley is in it, eh? What in the world is he doing in that suit of armor?
This week he's King Arthur.
King Arthur?
Yeah, better come home early. He's going to hold court in the dining room tonight.
Well, that's just silly. If you remember the legend, King Arthur's knights gathered at a round table. Our table is square.
It's round now. He saw it on the corner.
Well, this is your fault, Rochester. You know how eccentric Mr. Billingsley is. How did he ever get a hold of a saw?
A friend sent it to him in a loaf of bread.
That table is a genuine antique. Save the corners, Rochester. I'll think of something. Now, look, I'll be home soon, so let Mr. Billingsley wear that suit of armor. What was that? What happened?
King Arthur just fell off his horse.
Horse? What horse?
He's got a saddle on Carmichael.
Oh, my goodness. Well, look, Rochester, I'll be home soon, so humor Billingsley. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Oh, say, boss.
Now what?
I finished making those Christmas cards for Mr. Lubitsch.
All right. All right, hang up.
He'll like them, boss. Right under the Santa Claus, I got his name in big silver letters. Ernest Lubitsch.
That's Ernst Lubitsch. Ernst. Now do them over.
How many T's in Ernst?
Just one. It sounds like more. Now, goodbye. You want anything done right, you got to do it yourself. All right, Phil, let's have your band number.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Answering your question, Phil, the next time you shave, count them. Ha ha, I knew I'd think of it. That was Wham Bang Crash Zowie, played by Phil Harris and his orchestra. Phil, I've got to say one thing about your arrangements. You certainly take care of the brass section.
Now, wait a minute, Jackson. I got 3 violins in the band, and they're playing all the time.
Yeah, but who can hear them? Another thing, 2 pianos. What do you got 2 piano players for?
They're Siamese twins.
Oh, I'm sorry. And now, ladies and gentlemen, see, I didn't know that. Siamese twins, eh?
Didn't you see the 3 of us dancing at Charlie Foy's the other night?
Yes, but I thought I was drunk. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I couldn't understand it. I only had ginger ale. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to announce that next Sunday, we want you all to listen in, because we're going to present our annual drama of the gridiron. Yes, sir, we're all going to play football. We're really going to kick it around.
We kick it around every Sunday.
Never mind. And I would also like to announce...
Say, Jackson, look, do you mind if I leave now? I've got a friend waiting for me out in the hall.
What?
Well, he just got in town a few days ago, and I'm having dinner with him.
I'm sorry, Phil, but your friend can very well wait till the program's over.
That's a fine way to treat Leo DeRocha.
I don't care who... Leo DeRocha? You mean the manager of the Brooklyn Dodgers?
Yeah, he's sitting right out in the hall.
Well, what are you waiting for? Bring him in. Bring him in.
Sure, a guest star for nothing.
Mary, I just want to say hello. I know him very well. Bring him in, Phil.
Okay.
So, Leo's in town, eh?
Say, Mr. Benny, who's Leo DeRocha?
I just told you, he's manager of them bums. Don't you remember, Dennis? I bet you $5 Brooklyn would win the World Series.
Oh, yes. How did that ever come out?
I'll tell you later, kid.
Well, fellas, here's that man.
Well, come on in, Leo.
Hiya, Jackson. Glad to see you.
Hey, this is quite a surprise, Leo. I didn't think you'd get in town till next week. Where are you staying?
I'm living over at Georgie Raff's house.
Oh, Raff's, eh? Well, why didn't you come over to my place, Leo? You'd love it there. Quiet surroundings. It's only 10 minutes from Hollywood, and I got a 40-foot heated swimming pool.
Now, I know. I got your folder.
Oh, well, then what made you pick out Raff's place?
Well, you don't understand, Jackson. I'm Georgie's guest. I'm living there for nothing.
Oh, I see.
Guys like Raff that are ruining the tourist business.
Oh, for heaven's sake, Mary, I wanted Leo to be my guest, too. I wasn't going to charge him. Oh, Leo, this is Mary Livingston.
Hello, Miss Livingston. Or may I call you Mary? I've listened to you so often on the radio, I feel I almost know you.
Thanks. Gee, how can such a sweet fellow slug an umpire?
Mary.
It's easy, sister.
Good. And Leo, good. Leo, this is Don Wilson, our announcer, and Dennis Day, our young tenor.
Hello, fellows.
Glad to know you, Leo.
Say, I was wondering about the World Series, Mr. DeRocha. Who won, the Dodgers or the Yankees?
Is that Mick looking for trouble?
No, forget it, Leo. It's a long story. But, Leo, remember when I saw you that first game at the Yankee Stadium, and I said to you, how does it look, kid?
And I said, we'll moiter him?
Yeah. And then you lost 4 games out of 5. What happened?
Well, you can't tell about those things. It's like your radio programs. You don't have a good one every week, do you?
No, but we don't have 4 bad ones out of 5.
Look, Jackson, you've been called bums as often as we have.
I didn't look at it quite that way.
Come on, Leo. Let's go. Let's get out of here.
Now, wait a minute, Phil. I want to talk to him. Say, Leo, didn't I hear you? Weren't you on Fred Allen's program a few weeks ago?
Yeah. What a sweet guy. I got laughs on his show.
Get laughs here if you'd read your lines right. You know? Don't ad-lib with me, brother. I'm pretty fast on those answers.
Now, go on. You don't even know how many hairs on a monkey's face.
Oh, yeah? Well, the next time I shave, I'll count them.
What am I saying? That was wrong. Give me that again, Leo.
Come on, Leo, will you? Let's go. Georgie's waiting for us across the street at the Tropics. Come on.
Okay.
Georgie, is Raft having dinner with you two guys?
Yes, you want to join us?
Sure, I'll be glad to. Oh, Don, carry on with the show, will you?
Who am I going to talk to, Dennis?
Mary is here. Stick out your stomach, and she's good for 3 jokes. Come on, Leo. Let's go, Phil. Come on. Well, Leo, I'm sure glad you came out to Hollywood. No hard feelings, even though I lost a little dough on the Dodgers. Reminds me I owe Jesse $50. But I want to tell you something, Leo. You got a great ball club there. And next time you'll be right back in the series. I know I'm going to bet on you, and I'll bet on you every time you play. That's me. I'm a sticker, Leo, and
Here's a dessert, friends, that certainly does live up to its beautiful name. It's called Hawaiian Sunburst. And you've never seen a dessert that's more glamorous and attractive. Just picture it. A shimmering mold of deep crimson raspberry jello surrounded in a sunburst effect of shining wedges of golden Hawaiian pineapple. And how easy it is to make. You just dissolve a package of jello imitation raspberry flavor in 1 1/2 cups of hot water. Then add 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 cup of the juice from the can of pineapple slices. Chill in individual molds, and in serving, circle each mold with the wedge-shaped pieces of canned sliced pineapple. What a delight to the eye and a treat to the taste. So get them both and make up this lovely, luscious dessert. But be sure when you buy to ask for Jell-O, because only Jell-O's new locked-in process gives you all the flavor, always.
We're a little late, so good night, folks.
Did you know that the folks who make Jell-O also make 3 of the most delicious puddings you ever tasted? Jell-O chocolate, Jell-O vanilla, and Jell-O butterscotch puddings. And are they swell? Take Jell-O vanilla pudding. Why, even Grandma would be proud to make a pudding as smooth and rich as this one. Its wonderful homemade flavor lends itself to luscious puddings, cream pies, tarts, cakes with cream fillings, and lots of other grand desserts. And it takes only a few pennies to buy, a few minutes to make. Tomorrow, when you order Jell-O, ask for Jell-O puddings, too. Jell-O puddings are just like Grandma's, only more so. This is the Red Network of the National Broadcasting Company.
KFI, Los Angeles.